All right, we are streaming and recording. Let me get my agenda up. There we go.
Colby, Kevin Dees looks like he's waiting.
Okay. All right. Well, that gives a quorum.
Yes.
So we'll proceed.
And we need to start with roll call.
I know.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I know you know.
Yes, I'll go ahead and I'll say who is here. Is Robin, you here?
Yes, I am.
All right. Arthur. Check attendees. Arthur, I don't see yet. Lewis.
Here.
Okay.
Fred is going to join us too.
Okay. Shannon.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Ren. Ren, please say hi. We're here. Okay,
I don't know if Fred is here yet, but he is joining us.
I know.
And
I'm looking for Ren.
Shannon
I'm looking for Ren.
is-
I'm
okay.
looking for Ren now.
Okay.
Fred. I don't see Fred.
No, I don't see him.
Lee. I don't see Lee.
No.
Suzanne? Susanna Hayes? Nope. Okay. Jonathan Gregory.
Here.
Okay. Tess Taylor.
Here.
Thank you. Kevin.
Here. Here.
Okay. Sean. I don't see Sean. And Jake is ineligible. He's not here. Let's go back to Ren.
I think he's frozen.
Hmm.
Oh no, his mouth is moving.
Okay.
Sorry.
And I don't think Colby, I don't think you called my name.
And Colby, Shannon is on from CD2. She's
I know. I'm still doing roll call.
Okay.
Hold on. I have to finish this first. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, Matt, you're here.
I am here.
Great. And then I'm still waiting for Ren. I see you here, but maybe
I see
you have to
Ren.
sign off and sign back on.
Ren, can you hear us? I see him, but I don't hear
Yeah.
him.
Let's see.
Let's see. Oh,
Let me call him.
and it looks like Shannon dropped off.
I'm here.
No, not you. Love you.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
There's
Shannon,
Shannon.
never mind.
Oh,
Hi,
Freddie,
Ren.
Gary.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing the audio, so I'm gonna, if you could just leave me on,
No.
that would work.
I can't. I mean, can you sign back? Can you sign off and sign back on? Because I can't.
Okay.
You're on as
Sure.
you're already on as a panelist, but I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll sign off and come back on.
Thanks.
And Colby, Fred is now in the waiting room, and Pasadena Angels is Susanna.
Okay. All right, Fred. And let me change Susanna.
Okay. Change Susanna.
Fred, please accept the panelist upgrade. Let me find Susanna and change her name. There you are. Name.
So Fred has his hand up.
I know, hold on. Can you take care of Fred?
Yeah, I'm trying, but it's
Changing Susanna's name.
roll to panelists. Let's
I know.
see if that works.
I promoted him to panelists a couple times.
I know, me too. Change role to panelist. I keep trying.
He needs to accept it on his end.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna just one more try.
Fred, can you accept?
And call him.
And there's Shannon. Shannon's back on. Not Shannon.
I know. I did that.
Okay.
Shannon
Okay.
Collins from CD2. I can't do anything with that right now.
All right.
Right to voicemail.
Hello, I'm not available.
All right. I don't know. So I'm try Fred one more time on the phone.
I can text him. What is it? What's the issue? What does he need to do?
Well, he needs to
He needs
accept
to accept his
the
panel.
role of panelist, and he's not hooking up his phone.
Hello, I'm not.
Okay. All right. I think he got on. Okay. All right. Let me do this. Okay. So we have. I'm still waiting for Susanna. You said hi. Okay. And Ren, we have you, right? We speak up. Ren Blight. You say hi here.
Maybe he just left for a minute.
Ren.
Sure.
Yeah, he is there.
They hear him.
I can't hear him though.
I hear Ren and I hear Joanne.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Colby.
Ren, are you on?
No, I can't hear yet, but Joanne's trying to help me. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, you're here though. Okay, you're here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then I'm here. So the way I see it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 members present.
Colby, there's a
Yes.
telephone number
Yeah, we can
on there.
hear. It's
That
this
could be
again. You're on
Lee.
your thing.
That could be Lee.
Okay.
Hold on.
I can hear that.
Thank you.
Okay,
Jeez.
Ren, please mute. Please mute your
Okay.
microphone. Ren. Thank you. I'm sorry, what, Robin? A calling user?
Yes, the call-in user could be Lee.
Okay. Hi, is this Lee Jameson as a calling user in the attendees box? I asked you to unmute. I don't know, they're not responding. Usually he calls in with a number I recognize, or he calls in directly on Zoom. So
Yes.
think that-
Okay. Okay.
okay,
No
we're
worries.
gonna move forward. Okay, so the way I see it, Robin, you can confirm, or Lewis, I'm present, Robin Allen's present, Lewis is present, Shannon Hartman's present, Ren's here, Fred's here, Matt Kamen's here, Susanna Hayes is here, Jonathan Gregory's here, Tess Taylor's here, and Kevin Dees is here.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's 15. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
11.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so thank you for joining this special meeting. We have one motion on the agenda. This meeting is called to order. We've done roll call, and I'm going to open this up to public forum. So please raise your hand if you'd like to speak from the stakeholder public arena. I saw LACA first. Oh, I just missed you. Okay, LACA, there's 2 minutes. I'm gonna start the timer.
Are you okay, sweetie?
Yeah, thank you.
Hi,
That was-
Colby. It's Fred. I'm driving in the car, and it's
Okay.
on LACA, so I don't have anything to say except I'm here.
Okay, let me promote you to panelists.
Okay, and I'm back.
Thank
I
you.
was in the hills now, so hopefully I'll get
Okay.
my signal.
Okay, we got to move.
Anymore.
Thank you. I'm gonna move it forward here. Lower your hand. Okay. Next I saw David Wheatley. David Wheatley, for public comment, 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
Thank you, David Wheatley, live in Los Angeles. I'm a stakeholder in Toluca Lake. And I had heard for this special meeting that the members of the neighborhood council who are likely to vote yes for this were sent a special email of notification, whereas the general public just got the usual come and get it, find it on the website. So I'd like you to respond to that. Really, no email should be going out to anybody. Only the public should be notified, and the neighborhood council members are considered members of the public. There should be no favorable treatment there. Also, I'm not sure if we're actually talking only about this motion that's on the agenda or not, but I would like to say that the Cahuenga Bloomfield project is way, way out of scale, way, way too big. And I remember that earlier versions of the neighborhood council went ahead and passed this, approved it, even though there was no opposition because the opposition didn't know anything about it due to a lousy agenda posting. And even when the people who opposed it asked to be put on the agenda again, the neighborhood council denied it. Also, the land use committee said that there was nothing they could do, and there was an opportunity there for them to speak out against it, and they did nothing. So Toluca Lake, you really need to get it together on this land use stuff. Also follow procedures so that the public can weigh in on things. And this land use stuff has gotten more and more crazy. Each time you drive by there, I hope you feel, at Cahuenga Bloomfield, I hope you feel the same way about it, that it was a missed opportunity. The neighborhood council and land use both blew it. Thanks for letting me speak.
Thanks, David. Actually, you have 1 more minute. I looked at our agenda and it says 3 minutes per speaker. So I want to adhere to that. So if you
And
want to
Colby,
take your 1 more
just
minute.
to let you know, Arthur just stepped on.
Okay. David Wheatley, you have 1 more minute. I'm looking at the agenda and as you're allowing 3 minutes tonight for this, I see written down. So
Great, thank you. If
one more
my
minute?
last minute could start now, that'd be appreciated.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sure.
And these bills coming down from Sacramento, the thank heavens Raquel Beltran is gone, or at least almost gone. We really need somebody to help organize the neighborhood council system. Our budgets were dropped from 50,000 to 32. That absolutely has to go back up to 50. We need more paid administrative support for all committees and for the neighborhood council to help move things forward. I also had heard that when Cahuenga Bloomfield was approved, that there was somebody lobbying for it on the neighborhood council who did not admit that they'd actually worked with and for one of the developers. This stuff has absolutely got to be cleaned up. We can't function like this. Also, the amount of traffic is beyond crazy. From 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 7 or 8 at night, bumper to bumper, just about everywhere. And we continue to densify everything. Please see the articles in City Watch. Those people know what's going on. Please check what they have to say. And I heard a bell. And with that, I thank you very much.
Thanks, David. Next up, I saw Joanne.
Hi, I do
Hi, Joanne.
have Lee here. We're trying to get him on the computer because his phone is having issues.
Oh, I see him now.
I don't know if
Okay,
you
I
see
see him.
him.
Let me bring him on. I see him. Good. Thank you. Lee, are you there?
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna promote you to
Well,
panelist.
I'm joining him as a panelist. Hold on. Sorry, can you turn the radio off? Off the radio. Oh, yeah.
Oh, John, you're kind of muffled.
Sorry, I'm trying to get him so he can answer you.
Hi, you read me?
I hear you, Lee. Good. We'll put you as here on the roll call. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank
Can
you.
you mute him so I can speak? And then,
Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
just don't put it in the.
So you
Sorry, we had a little
need-
crisis over here. Okay.
I understand. It's a lot of moving parts. Let me find Lee's.
Here, go
Little-
sit there. Just don't put it in the. You just dropped it. Put it on the top of the freezer there.
Lee's on mute. It looks like he is.
Yeah, Lee's mute. Okay, so Jen, let me know when you want to start your 3 minutes for public
Yes.
comment.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready. It's
Okay.
just like right now it's just very confusing because like the last meeting kind of just really left me really baffled on so many levels, and it's like we all have to work together as a community, and it was just I don't even know I'm almost at the point of being speechless, and that never happens for me. I'm never speechless, but I'm speechless at what happened last month, like with, just trying to bring up questions, trying to make sure everything's done correctly. And I didn't feel like it was out of a spirit of anything other than like, there's rules, there's procedures. We need to adhere to them. We're all held to the same standards, and everyone, and there's just rules, and we all need to know that we're playing by them. And it could be just that maybe someone doesn't really understand the rules, or somebody, and that happens. But what I saw last month, where like because of questions being raised, that you would then just turn and attack and try to demolish one of your own. And whoever said, like, I'm not going to run again because of Jonathan, people like, it's like, so a person is like saying, I want accountability. I want to understand what's going on. I'm very confused because nothing's been really open about it. Very, very kind of close-lipped, because he wants authenticity and transparency. That means that, like, you don't want to run again because somebody's holding you accountable. If that's the case, whoever that was, I wish I noted the name. I'd be like, we don't need you to run again. Please do not run again, because we should all be okay with being held accountable. I mean, we should all be able to do that. We're grown-ups. Like I said, if something was done wrong, it's not the end of the world. Sometimes you could just, there's always, you come back, say, okay, I was wrong there. I'm learning, I've learned, or whatever, or no, nothing was done wrong. You just didn't understand, whatever. It's just a discussion. It's a valid, honest discussion. And we need to be able to have them. And because there's going to be a lot of ill will, I believe, going forward. There already is, it seems like a lot of ill will, but in some senses, in different ways. But we all just need to have an open, honest conversation. And that brings me to tonight. I am very confused as to this project, and like, because you guys are the stewards of our money, and I want to make sure that it's done on the up and up. And so I was really interested in hearing what Jonathan had to say, and I wanted clarity. But then somebody was interrupting when thank you, Colby, because I said, please, I want to hear that that what he had, and you did put it on, and I appreciate you for that. But then somebody says, turn it off, and that's another thing to the board members that kept interrupting you. It's, he is the president. Colby is the president, not the person who wants to, turn it off, or, no one else. There's a level of disrespect even for the position of president by some people. It's not everybody. Like, there's some people who are saying, hey, these are the rules, like we have to have decorum and respect. There's a lot of people that don't have respect even for how, being president. And I hope that changes tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Joanne. Any other public comments? Please raise your hand. I'll give another few seconds.
Colby, Shannon Hartman.
Yeah, Shannon Collins, I know.
Shannon Hartman says she's having trouble hearing. I'm not sure why, but I'm just stating that.
Does anyone else have trouble hearing? Please raise your hand if you're on the board and you have trouble hearing the meeting. No. Okay, it's probably just Shannon's speaker.
Could be.
Thinking. Yeah. Okay. We're going to move forward with motion A, which is the only motion for tonight's meeting, which is the Toluca Lake 100th anniversary banners. I'll go ahead and read the motion, and we'll open this up for discussion. Motion A, discussion and possible approval to engage the Los Angeles City Council and pay up to $5,000 to Gold Metropolitan Media for the layout, design, printing, and installation of light pole banners for the upcoming Toluca Lake 100th anniversary celebration to be placed along Riverside Drive between Camarillo Street and North Clybourne Avenue. Do I have a first on this?
I'll first it.
Lewis. Thank
Lewis.
you. Second?
Ren,
Ren. All right, we will open this up for discussion. Board members first. Also, I'm going to bring on, to help clarify, Shannon Colland from CD2. She has Tiffany's, she replaced Tiffany at CD2, Council District 2. And I'm going to, she might be here able to shed some light on some the procedure also. Hi, Shannon. Okay, well, Shannon gets on. Board members, please raise your hand. And we're gonna be kind of efficient tonight, and we're not gonna do a whole lot of back and forth. But please, we're gonna follow the rules fairly closely to keep this meeting on the rails. So again, please raise your hand. and say what you want to say, and then we'll move to the next.
Here's
person who raised their hand.
Shannon. Shannon's
Oh, there's
back.
Shannon. Good. I see a hand raised, and who is this? Oh, okay.
That's
This
Fred.
is
Fred.
that's Fred. Let me change his name. Hi, Fred. Fred, you had your hand raised, I think.
I did. I just because you said to raise my hand, but I don't have anything to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did you have a question or a comment about
I
this?
do not.
this vote?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Thanks, Fred. Let me change his name real quick. Make sure. Just give me a moment, please. Bear with me. All right. All right. All right. Change your name. All right. I'm asking again more board members to please raise their hand for discussion. I don't see. Okay. So, I'm going to go to Shannon.
Yes.
Hi. Thanks for joining us this evening. I really appreciate it. And Shannon's wonderful. She is relatively new at CD2, and she has been, she's.
Colby, Shannon Hartman answered. You have to clarify.
Okay, I meant Shannon Collins. Yeah. So I'm going to call. So Shannon
And
Collins,
one is CD2.
from CD2. Shannon Collins. She spells her. She's SHANNAN. She's Shannon with an A. So yes, Shannon, do you want to talk a little bit about yourself and briefly about the banner process and how it involves your council district or our council district?
Hello, everyone. Shannon Callan here. I am the field deputy for North Hollywood and also for Toluca Lake. And I was formerly with Council District 13 as the Hollywood field deputy. So I am new to North Hollywood and Toluca Lake area, but I've met some of you already, and I do look forward to working with you. I am still learning about the whole banner thing myself. I've been working with Sahag. I think he already reached out to BSL regarding the banners, and he's going to get some more information back to me as to, because he says certain locations for the banner, they don't allow on the Riverside. So he's going to get back to me with further details from BSL. And once I have that information, I'll be more than happy to share it with everyone.
Okay, thank you. And I wanted to just go through the process briefly with the board and our stakeholders. Generally, like from tonight's vote, if it proceeds, then a motion will be placed upon the city council's agenda. Is that correct? For essentially permission to move forward with this project. Shannon?
I had a question. Oh, for me? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, they
So
will have to do a
I want
motion.
everyone to know the process.
Yes,
if
the
we move
city,
forward with it.
I think you have to basically have a design. You have to apply. You have to have a design renderings, what it's going to look like. Once everything has been completed and approved, then it comes to the city council, and then the council member will put in a motion with the city council to approve it, which typically it always is approved. So that's basically the process.
Yes. So the step, if we did vote this through tonight with our GTLNC board, it would then move to that stage for that vetting process through CD2 and to be placed upon the city agenda, the city council agenda, moving forward that way. Okay. Lee Jameson has his hand raised. Hi, Lee. Please unmute, Lee.
Okay, do you read me? You read me?
Hey, Lee, we're gonna keep it at 3 minutes per.
Okay,
per comment.
real quick, I'll make it. Well, I'm very confused about the last time. Shouldn't they have accused themselves? You copy me?
No. The city attorney said that was not necessary because this was not going through an NPG through any other organization. This was being paid directly to the vendor who is performing this service. So the city attorney said, no, there is no reason for recusal in this process.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Lee. Any other questions or comments? Jonathan Gregory.
Thank you.
We're going to keep again, like before, try to keep this at 3 minutes for comments.
I observed the behavior that occurred. What I would like to say is if I ever were to design a program to extract money with no accountability, this is what I would do. I would do everything I could to make it not transparent and try to preempt any participation and just get the money. That's what I would do if that's my goal. And that's what I saw here. So I think that the actual behavior was inviting conflict. There wasn't any effort made to create friendly, open, transparent dialogue. It was rushed. It was irritated, aggravating, not at all pleasant. I'll be glad when this disappears from the agendas. This is a ruined project as far as I'm concerned, much like when one goes to buy a car. It may be beautiful, but if the wheels are stolen, I wouldn't buy it. But we're all different, and some people don't mind driving in cars with stolen wheels. So I understand that's true. As I said, it's a ruined project. I feel that the stakeholders, if they were to know all the details, wouldn't like it at all. In fact, I don't think banners are that meaningful to people that they're willing to put away their integrity over them. But we're all different once again. I think it's a shameful situation because it's all recorded it's not like we can pretend it doesn't exist. It's recorded. So everything that took place is a document. It's simply memorialized for what it is. So no one can really say much other than what really happened. It's hard for trust to exist in this environment. And that's what did exist for me, at least. Now I don't know what to believe from certain people because I see that stories change depending on the wind. I've never had a dispute or a problem with the banner project. I think it was a great idea. It's just been ruined by the misguided conduct. Leadership is supposed to be something we emulate and are willing to follow. That's why we call it leadership. And that's not what I see. It's not what I've seen in this project. What does lack is oversight. I think neighborhood empowerment has a huge responsibility for what has occurred here. This has been a total lapse of protocols and expectations. I spent a lot of time reading this week, I would call it babysitting a board, meaning what on earth is expected. Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan. Kevin. Kevin, you have 3 minutes.
Hi, yeah, thank you. Yeah, just a couple of things. So in terms of this banner project, my understanding is that really what we're voting on tonight is whether or not GTLNC and our logo is going to be on the banners. Is that accurate? Colby?
No, it will be on some banners, the banners that we pay for. It will not be on every banner. It'll be on the 44 banners that we pay for, and only those banners.
So the banners that GTLNC out of our budget that we pay for, is that correct?
That's right. This bid is for 44 banners, upon which our logo will appear. There are other banners, I believe, going up in the neighborhood that will not have our GTLNC logo upon them. So only these 44 banners, or up to 44 banners that we're going to be doing, will have the GTLNC logo, and the rest will not.
So there are a portion of banners that are being paid for that are not coming from our budget. Is that correct?
Yes, those banners do not have anything to do with our organization. Those banners are sponsored by private individuals,
okay,
organizations, and they can put whatever they want on there.
Okay,
so we're buying these banners, just kind of a piece of our pie, and putting them on.
Got it. And the purpose of the banners is to celebrate 100 years of Toluca Lake. Is that correct?
It's outreach. It's both. It's outreach for the GTLNC because the banners contain or
got it.
You know, and
so I guess my overall point is, and Jonathan is bringing up transparency, and which I believe in, but I guess what don't understand is what transparency is not at play here. What is the root of the concern that got this whole thing so spun out. I personally believe that everybody on this board has the right intentions. There's no nefarious activity going on. We're all volunteers volunteering our time. And I just feel like there's oftentimes too quick of a jolt to this idea that there's some nefarious activity going on with the people on this board. And not only does it have to stop, but it just doesn't make any sense to me why people automatically think that people are out to get them or something like that. So I think that this is a great project, celebrating 100 years, outreach, all these things. Toluca Lake is a great community, all parts of Toluca Lake. And so I just don't see why everyone has such a problem. Well, not everyone, but some people have such a problem with this. And I'm a person that tends to think the best of people. And I strongly believe there's nothing nefarious going on here. So that's it. Thank you.
I have 3 minutes. Thanks, Kevin. Next up, I see Tess. Hi, Tess.
Hi. So
We'll start
I
with
think,
3 minutes. Yeah.
yes. So I think, thank you for your comments, Kevin and Jonathan. I think nefarious might be too large a leap. I think it's fair to ask questions. I have questions too. And that's not nefarious. That's fair-minded and somebody who's interested in seeing the best use of the public tax dollars. I share concerns with Jonathan that, you know, this project was so rushed and there wasn't a lot of information known about it. There appear to have been serial meetings and, you know, I believe there could have been more transparency. And Kevin, maybe you get more information than I do. I don't know. And, you know, I'm not making any implications here. I just don't think that this project was
I
nearly.
don't. Just,
Okay.
just
Kevin,
I
Kevin, don't interrupt
Okay.
her.
So I appreciate your point of view. I do not share it. And since I have seen a general lack of procedure in this neighborhood council predating this current board composition, you know, it's fair to ask questions and people shouldn't be vilified for doing that. My personal interest is what's best for the entire district. And that includes 3 portions of this district that are, you know, frequently overlooked. Toluca Lake appears to be the center of the universe to many people, and that's fine. It is lovely. It is beautiful. I want the best for it. And I'm very active in Toluca Lake, contrary to the suggestion of a board member at the last meeting, which I find particularly offensive. So, you know, I like the idea of the banners. I would like this project to work. However, I'm going to vote no for reasons I've stated. And I hope that when we express our objections, we can, you know, we can be met fairly with them and with honest answers. So, you know, thank you for listening, but I'm not sure the use of the word nefarious is fair here. So thank you. That's it for me.
Thanks, Tess. Please raise your hand on the board if you have another comment. If you've already spoken, you've already taken your time, but I'll go to Arthur.
I just have, I guess, a point of clarification. Is this
Yes,
asking?
Arthur, sorry, you have 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Arthur.
Is this asking the city council for $5,000 on top of the motion back in November, or is this taking that November motion and making it more, I guess you can say, specific?
Yes, I worked with Dunn on this, and this is taking that motion that we voted upon in November, and it's putting in the vendor's name and more specific language. It's not an additional $5,000.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the board? If not, we'll move on to stakeholders. Give another moment in case people have technical issues with their hand raising. Okay, then we'll go on to stakeholders. I see Joanne. Hi, Joanne.
Oh, hi, sorry.
We gave you 3 minutes for public comment on this.
Thank you. Yes, I think it's an unfair statement to say that people are worried about nefarious and that, out to get me type attitude. This is the issue that I'm trying to say. You guys turn on each other. It's like you're eating your own. That is so uncalled for and unfair. As a stakeholder, I am completely confused about the origins of this thing. And this is our stakeholder money. So it's like the public and the board have the absolute right to ask questions for clarity. It's so muddled between beautification, I can't even think of the name, the garden club, all these different things, all working with the Greater Toluca Lake Neighborhood Council. It's very confusing. Where does one, line start and the next one end, and who's doing what? It is confusing. So yes, if the lawyer said there is no need, for recusal and all that, and everything's okay, that's great. That's always, I think anyone wants to know. But to be this constant, oh, you're paranoid, or come on, please knock that stuff off. It's not helpful. It's not productive. I believe, okay, hopefully everyone, I would like to think that everyone has good intent here. I would hope so. You're serving your community, but there is a lack of transparency, and there's a lack of clarity, and there you get numerous, and for years you've been getting numerous complaints from stakeholders about that they're kind of tired of. We're all kind of tired of it. So it's just time to put everything on the board and just start saying, okay, what really last month, what should have happened is you should have said, okay, yeah, this is what the garden club is doing with it. This is what beautification, this is what everyone's doing with it. Here's our part. Yes, I'm part of this club, but it's not a conflict of interest. We already passed it through the lawyer. All that stuff would have been so helpful last month. At this point, it's so muddled. It's ridiculous. And that being said, I also wanted to comment that, these projects, it's really nice to have banners and all that stuff. I get it. But there's so much hurting and pain in right now in society and in Toluca, maybe not in the, the village area, but other parts of Toluca Lake, there's a lot of hurting people. And $5,000 could go a long way for an MPG that would help with people who are suffering real issues. I don't think a lot of those people are really going to care less so that they drive by and see some, some pretty banners. And so I'm just asking you all to please keep in mind that there are people, not everybody gets to live, in the fancy, the nice neighborhoods that a bunch of you get to live in, that there's other parts of Toluca Lake or Toluca Terrace, whatever, that isn't so high end, and they have actual issues. They may be living paycheck to paycheck. They may be dealing with mental health issues, dealing with housing issues. And to please remember them when you're doing your MPGs in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Joanne. Stakeholders, please raise your hand if you have more comments or questions regarding this. Okay, I don't see any hands raised. I'm going to just screen share just so we're totally even more clear. Again, screen share. Hold on, let's try and do this. Share. Won't do it. Well, you all received it anyway, but I don't know if I'm doing this right. Try this. Hold on. All right. Do you see that banner? Is that coming up? Am I doing this right? Am I screen sharing properly? Maybe not.
I can see it. Colby, stretch it out so it fits the whole screen.
Okay. I just not very good at screen sharing. Hold on. Do you see that? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the rendering that will be going to City Council. And then I just want to share again where is it? Sorry about this. Here, this is we went over this before. Do you see the bid invoice? Is that coming up?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to share this with you again. We did this last time, but I just want to show you. This is the same one as last time we shared on screen, and this is one that we shared before. 44 banners on 22 poles at $5,000. I just wanted, it's the same one we saw before, it's the same one that was sent out, and same one that's on the website. Just want to show that, make sure this, if there's more questions, where are we? Back to here. All right. I don't see hands raised, so I'm going to bring this to, okay, panelists, Tess Taylor.
Thank you, Colby. So, these banner projects are pretty complex. What happens if this doesn't go forward for some reason? Do we get our money back? When will the check be cut? Also, what has been done with respect to insurance, permitting?
This is all through, this is all, and Shannon was here to answer these questions I wish you had asked earlier. This is all through the city council in the city of Los Angeles.
Okay, so assuming that Shannon mentioned something about approvals before it goes to city council, is she referring to us,
Yes.
the neighborhood council? Okay,
That's right.
So if this is approved, it goes to city council, and if
It gets a motion is placed upon the city council agenda.
okay, a motion is placed, it's discussed and or approved, and then city council funds the balance. I mean,
No, there's no balance. The city clerk pays this, but a city clerk needs permission for the city council to do this. So
the city clerk needs permission to pay the $5,000.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So the city clerk needs to hear from the council that the city's approved this happening because it's a city property.
Okay, there's just, okay.
I saw Kevin and then Fred, and then we're going to bring this to vote.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. We're going to keep it again. We're keeping it, well, 2 minutes this time.
No, I'm going to be very short. I just wanted to say that what I said in terms of this feeling like that people feel like there's, the word I used, nefarious activity going on. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm not saying anybody's a bad person. I like everybody on this board. I'm just saying I just get this general feeling sometimes that that people feel like, whether it's beautification partners or whatever the neighborhood group is, that there's shady things going on, and I'm just not sure where that feeling comes from. So it's just an observation. I'm not trying to attack anybody at all. It's just the feeling that I had. So just wanted to say that. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Okay. And Fred, this will be the last one.
Okay, last one. All right. I think we should have a special meeting where we all yell and scream at each other for 4 hours and get it all over with. But my question is, now that you have said this needs to go to the city council to approve before it's spent, how much time is going to go by before that happens? So
Well,
do we get on the city council?
There's several city council meetings per week, and I've asked Shannon this several times, and she was on here, but there's 2 or 3 a week, and it'll go on one very soon. So,
very soon. And then when they
the next one, so don't come after me.
But soon. But it won't be like in 30 days from now or like 45 days from now. And then once it's approved, does a check get written right away? Is another 30 days before the check's processed?
Well, it goes to, then the city clerk is alerted of this, and I don't know. The city clerk can do, I don't know.
I mean, mainly what I'm getting at is like
30 days. I do not know.
Is the main thing I'm getting at is really once we do our action tonight, how much time will go by until this vendor actually gets a check? Is it 90 days, 160 days? I mean, what is that? Because I think that would be an important thing to know with these things. If it's not going to go up till they get paid, and that's not till August, then I don't know. I mean, so that would be a nice thing to know. But anyway, that's what I'd like to find out. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fred. I believe it'll be within 45 days, but a lot of it depends upon our vote tonight. If it does go through, then I alert the city council. They place a motion on the agenda, and it would be up as soon as possible. It's not going to be 3 months.
Yeah. But then what about that they get paid? They get paid in 45 days, but that's going to take time to print them.
I believe so.
To organize the trucks to go hang them. That could be another 45 days. So it could be 90 days until they're hung up. That's it's a long time. All right. Thank you.
Yes, Tess.
Hi, just clarification, and Fred raises good questions. I mean, this is a chain of events that needs to occur. you said approximately 45 days. Are you suggesting that the 45 days is between an approval tonight and the city council taking action, or
No,
between tonight and the vendor getting a check?
I believe tonight and the vendor getting a check, because the Shannon from CD2 has told me that the motion will go on the city agenda very, very, very quickly. So for instance, if they're meeting, within 7 days.
And so the total cost to us is $5,000, and
Yes.
any other costs will be absorbed by the Bureau of Street Lighting, or
There are no other
and or
costs. This is it. This is the bid.
okay.
There are no other costs. Again, I haven't done this before myself. So that's what I told you is what I understand. Any other questions? Stakeholders, any questions? Seeing none, we're going to bring this to a vote. I'll read it again. Motion A, discussion and possible approval to engage the Los Angeles City Council and pay up to $5,000 to Gold Metropolitan Media for the layout, design, printing, and installation of light pole banners for the upcoming Toluca Lake 100th anniversary celebration to be placed along Riverside Drive between Camarillo Street and North Clybourne Avenue. Robin.
Yes.
Arthur.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Shannon Hartman.
Yes. Yes.
Ren.
Yes.
Thank you. Fred.
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
Lee.
Go ahead.
Negative.
No. Okay. Susanna Hayes.
Yes.
Jonathan.
No.
Tess.
No.
Kevin.
Yes.
Sean, I don't think is here. Jake is ineligible, not here. I'm a yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10 and 3.
10 yeses. 1, 2, 3 no's, and the rest are absent. So 10-3. It passes. Well, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Colby.
Taking the time out of your week to do this. And okay, I'll see you at our next meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.